Hello and welcome to the Gonzales Mitchell Show. I'm Clay Mitchell.
And I'm Patrick Gonzales. And Clay, this has been quite a week. 18-hour days for the last 5 or 6. And we've been humping, trying to get everything done between getting the polls out and the podcasts up and stuff. You feel satisfied at the end of an arduous journey or a hard work project that you get kind of close to completion, because we still got a little bit to go before the total project is finished. But, I'm sitting here right now and I am feeling like tonight's show is going to be a really groovy party. And let me tell you, Clay, I'm
Yeah.
feeling a little pensive right now. And I want to tell you why I say that really groovy. My favorite artist, musician in the whole world is Marvin Gaye. And when I was 14, he came out with a song called What's Going On. And that song was an anti-war song. Mother, mother, there's too many of you crying. Brother, brother, there's far too many of you dying. And it was perfect for the times.
Yeah.
And the best line in that song, and one of the best lines ever, was, "You don't need to escalate because war is not the answer, because only love will conquer hate." And that's true. And you and I are some hipsters. We're some groovy guys. We're not naive. We understand that we live in the real world, and you got to deal with that. But boy, I would love some of those vibes coming out of the culture that I'm feeling today. It's just everything's so negative. And know very well, I've had to struggle my whole life to frame things in a positive way. And it's been an effort. And we each and every one have a choice. Each day we get up and we can choose to be happy and joyful or angry and resentful. It's it's a choice. And I don't want to get too heavy. But I think about this weekend, I just think of the groovy polls we put out. In Maryland, we've got Vice President Harris up 56-35 over former President Donald Trump. In the Senate race, a hotly contested race between a longtime heavyweight and a new up-and-coming force. County Executive Angela Also Brooks is up 46-41. But we still got 2 months to go to decide the race. And in the 6th district, which I think is one of the grooviest things I've done in a long time, we have an election that is about as competitive and close as you can get. And that's why you and I have been talking. We expect to see some of that big Washington money start pouring into Frederick and parts of Montgomery, in Washington, in Allegheny and Garrett counties. So I'm just feeling so mellow, like I did back when Tom Hayden and I did back in 68. So tell me how you're feeling, Clay.
I'm mellow yellow. I'm mellow yellow, babe. You know me.
Yeah.
I'm just
quite right.
I'm just Eastern Shore, man.
I love that.
You're my brother. You're my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I love the Eastern Shore.
Hey, it's a land of pleasant living, I'm telling you. It really is. In fact, tonight, Lori and I had caught a bunch of crabs. We steamed them. I had corn on the cob. We had peaches and cream for dessert. What can I say?
They had a great hit one time. Yeah, peaches and cream. That was a number one song. No, I mean, it doesn't get any better. I have yet to have any crabs this year.
It was peaches
and herb, wasn't it? Yeah.
Right.
Herb.
Right.
Yeah, I missed that one. So anyway, I've not had a blue crab because I have a friend that lives over on the shore. He's got crab pots right off his deck, but he don't never invite me
Yeah.
over. So I haven't
Hey,
had
we're
I
gonna
haven't
have,
had a
we're gonna
crab
have to
yet this
fix
year.
you up, man. I'm gonna have to fix you up. I'll talk to the person that talks to the person. I'll have my person call your person. We'll hook that thing together.
Well, I mean, I understand people that know me real well not want me to come over, but you and I don't know each other that well. I
Yeah,
would think at least you'd invite me over one time, and so I can demonstrate that I don't deserve to come back again. But at least once.
when you come across the bridge, remember you have to pay the toll to come here, not to go home. Pay the toll, come over here. We'll set you up with some crabs and I'll get you some of that good Eastern Shore, corn on the cob.
Oh, I love Eastern Shore corn on the
Ain't
cob.
nothing like it, baby. Sweet corn, sweet
No,
tea. That's what we're all
ain't
about.
nothing like it. Yeah, no, they do grow some good corn over on the Eastern Shore and
Oh yeah,
Talbot and Caroline and Kent County. Kent County, what a great county.
yeah. That's where I'm from.
Chestertown, I know. Washington College, Kennedyville. You ever heard of Kennedyville in Kent County?
I live right there, babe.
I know
Live
you
right there.
did.
You know, I was thinking about wearing my camouflage shirt tonight because it's domestic goose season right now, and
Oh,
I haven't gone
really?
out yet. Yeah, some guys on our farm, they've gone out and hunt some birds. So I think the next few days, I'm gonna head out there and shoot me a few.
Yeah, no, no.
So
No, that's
it'll take
cool. But
it'll take my mind off of watching you on television all week.
I'll tell you, dude. You know what a narcissistic BAS I am. But I'll tell you, even I got sick of seeing myself, and I mean, I did. I turned the TV off, just turned the TV off. But we got good coverage out of it,
Yep,
and it was some good stuff. The presidential race. This is Maryland. It's not in play, but it has ramifications down the road, down ballot, and
that's right.
that Senate race, man, that is going to be some fascinating. It's sort of a point counterpoint, a punch counterpunch to see how the two of them go at it.
I've
But
noticed the first few ads starting to run. They were running on heavy rotation on TV tonight.
yeah,
Also,
no,
Brooke
it's
Van
starting to
Hogan
kick
had
up.
had had major ads out tonight.
Yeah, no, it's going to just get more and more intensified as far as the airtime between now and November. So yeah, it's just going to be fascinating. And I keep coming back to that 6th congressional district, man. That
Yeah,
it has. I don't know what kind of internal attention it's been getting from each of the parties, but I got to believe that's going to ratchet up too, because fundamentally, the unique aspect of that election is you have no incumbent. And while Neil Parrott has run in the districts in 2022, neither one of them. I mean, both of them, at least a third of the electorate doesn't even recognize their name yet. So all of a sudden the efforts to are going to ramp up on both sides, and it's just going to be kind of fascinating to watch that.
I used to think in the 21st century with the internet and social media and all that, I'd see all these signs. In the campaigns, you see signs everywhere, and I was like, gosh, that's all awful 20th century. But now, honest to goodness, after reading your poll, when I saw the do not recognize the name, I was like, signs are needed more than ever. You got to have your name out there, up and down the road. Um,
Absolutely,
plus,
absolutely. And
plus do the social
another.
media and all that.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And I'm being dead serious here. One of the greatest aspects and benefits of erecting signs for a campaign is it takes all those workers, all those volunteers, all those energized helpers, and gives them something to do physical. And it's good.
Mhm.
And they're excited being out there supporting their person, constructing the sign, and then it has the benefit of name recognition. I mean, if
Right.
you ask me, some of the two top kind of what's the word? Retail. It's retail to the max. The two top door knocking, sign waving politicians that are popping to my mind right now over the last 40 years are Bob Kittleman in Howard County
Right.
and John Leopold in Anne Arundel. And let me tell you, it was a successful way to campaign. John Leopold in 1978, dig this, in 1978, he is the Republican nominee for governor in Hawaii.
Right.
In Hawaii. He was okay. Now that's obviously being a Republican in Hawaii, even back then was
Yeah.
tough. He goes from being the Republican nominee in Hawaii in 1978, moves to Anne Arundel County, the northern part of the county up in Pasadena, starts knocking on doors, a brand new neighborhood, a brand new state, starts knocking on doors, and in 1982 gets elected to the Maryland House of Delegates by knocking probably on every door in the district and waving signs out on the highway every day. I don't think he ever had any problem with name recognition. And I guess, Clay, when I think back on those old days, my main thought is, you know what? What is the secret to life? Success in life? Hard work. You know what I mean?
Mhm. I remember back, it must be going on 12, maybe 14 years ago, when Andy Harris was running over here for the first time. He really was not a known entity. And he did
Right.
the thing where they had the sine waves, and he'd stand near the Bay Bridge, and everybody was standing there waving, and it may, to a lot of people, look silly, but it works. It shows
It
here's the
worked.
guy you'd be voting for live and in living color. He's waving a sign, and he's out people that do that are out there because they want the job, and that's a strong message to send. You can't send that over, the television or the radio. You see the person
Nope.
at the intersection, they're
Touch him.
waving, and you can actually talk to people when the cars pull up. I think it's pretty powerful.
No, in the as we say in the political consultant chicanery and shenanigans biz, ideally every candidate would like to spend about 4 hours sitting down talking to every voter. Well, that's impossible. That's impossible in a delegate district. It's possible in a county-wide district, and so on and so on. But the closer you can come to that, that's the whole goal. And I thought about running for office one time, and I was going to get out there and hold up my sign and wave to people. But I was afraid once they saw it was me, they were going to try to run me over. So I abandoned my political career at an early age.
Well, I told you I had the cards printed up. Commissioner Percy Hadron, this is in the 60s, had cards printed
Right,
up for me. And when I went politicking with my dad and a few others, and it said Clay Mitchell for dog catcher. And I thought that that
right.
was bee's knees, maybe. It was cool.
Oh,
I get
man.
to walk around. And so that's the only office I ever ran for, allegedly, and am ever
Yeah.
interested in running for. So I had my
Well,
day in
let
the
me tell
sun,
you something.
Patrick.
If I had been old enough, I would have voted for you for dog catcher because I can't think of anyone more qualified. So, I mean,
Hey, it was the peace and love days, baby. I'm
peace
I'm
and
running
love,
around.
baby. You and
I'm
I'd be
I'm
your assistant. You and I'd go out, we'd be blowing blunts and maybe catching dogs. I don't know what we do with the dogs after we caught them, but we do a very good job.
That's right. It'd be a great time, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, and I'm feeling a little wistful right now, but I'm thinking about back on your dad when, my mother was a reporter for the Evening Capital and then the News American,
Yeah.
and your dad was excellent friends with a gentleman named Robert Neal, who was started
Yes.
out in the House of Delegates,
Yes.
ran for Congress, got into the Senate, was county executive in Anne Arundel County for
Yes.
4 years. And through those connections, my mother ran Marjorie Holt's campaign along with Rick Prendergast back in '72. And I started meeting all those people. And I met your dad sometime in the '70s. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But what a great experience. I mean, you and I have been two of the most fortunate children in that our parents introduced us to a world of just fascination.
Those are people I would never have met otherwise. And I feel very privileged to have the opportunity to meet all those people. Although back in the 80s, I had a friend and he would sing to me, Emily, Emily, I ain't no suicide.
Emily. Well,
And
that's what a good that's what a good friend will do to you. Sing to
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah, that's right. So it's been a long
So
week for you, Patrick, but you're tired, but it's a good kind of tired.
it is a good kind of tired, and I'm going to sleep really well tonight because I'm not going to have nagging in the back of my mind. Okay, Patrick, you got to get up at 4. You got to stay on schedule. I mean, like I said, I still got a little bit to go before I'm finished, but sort of the burden of the the burden of time, the burden. I'm going to be unburdened from what was to what is.
To what
So I'm
is.
going to try to just what is. I'm going to just kind of relax tonight. Watch a little bit of something on TV, something funny, humorous. I don't know what, and just stay mellow.
Reruns of Petticoat Junction, man.
Oh, I love that. Come ride the little train that is rolling down the tracks to the junction,
Petticoat
Petticoat
Junction.
Junction. There's a little hotel called the Shady Rest at the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
Petticoat Junction. It is run by Kate. Come and be her guest at the junction.
Petticoat
Petticoat
Junction.
Junction. And that's Uncle Joe. He's a moving kind of slow at the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
Petticoat Junction. Woo, woo. Oh, my lordy. What a way to do a show. What a way to close it out.
Well, after that, Patrick, there's nothing else left to do but say goodbye, Patrick.
Goodbye, Patrick.